there's a lot of type of people I hate at the gym, but the ones that are up there are the guys that wear the gloves with
Oh yeah,
the fingerless,
yeah.
just the little biker gloves, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like the least fit looking people wearing it, which I look at them and I'm like, oh, you just decided 3 days ago I'm gonna start working out. Went to Dick's Sporting Goods. Man, what do I need?
Yeah, Google. What do I need?
Gym equipment. Ooh, definitely need gloves. Like, it just, I've never seen someone with the gloves on and I'm like, yeah, that looks good on you. And also I feel like at least for me, I feel like the gloves wouldn't help at all because like my hands get pretty sweaty.
Same.
And so having that on, I feel like I would just have discomfort and all the time.
I'd rather get blisters, bro.
Yeah, and that's part of like working out and all. You gotta build the calluses on your hand and all that. Toughen up. But nah, I judge those people a lot, and then I just judge the people that don't know how to use the equipment come in.
I appreciate you for being honest, though. That's good.
Oh no, I have a category of people I judge at the gym. Like I go every day, and so you see them all, and yeah, the fingerless gloves is probably number 2. Number 1 is the person that just doesn't know how to use the equipment at all. And this is terrible on my part. I should probably be saying something to him, but it's just more like enjoyable to watch. And like,
Yeah.
dude, you're gonna be hurting so bad later today.
Terrible form.
You
Your
are
back is-
tearing
you're gonna throw your back
every muscle in your back.
Mhm.
But hey, you think you're doing work, so good for you. And then, oh, this is another one. There was a dude, I remember, I think it was Friday when I was there. He was a type, he had like those Under Armour type shirts where like it's sleeveless. And it's like this compression type, super tight stuff. Like, I don't hate on those. I have some of those. I like working out in them and all.
Right.
But what made me mad about him was he had rolled up his shirt, Ezekiel Elliott style, like showing his like half his stomach and all. And there was this fairly attractive girl like that was working, and so he does the thing. He comes right alongside her and like.
Oh my gosh.
Like he's kind of just patrolling the whole time. Like he comes, works close by, and then when she's done, he goes. Obviously, she's done. She's moved her stuff and everything. Oh, are you done over here? Oh, okay, cool. I was like, oh, you waited all that 10 minutes to drop that line?
Yes.
You're smooth, dude. Real smooth. God, man, that's one of the things that makes me most uncomfortable when people try to hit on girls in the gym or women at the gym, because it's just like, I know why you're going after her.
Yeah. Like
and then I'm like, I'm not judging you and stuff, but I feel like even for me, like just being a girl, I'm like, if I was a girl, it's like, look, I'm here to just get this workout in and be done. Like I know for me personally, when I go to the gym, I go, get what I need to do done, and get out of there. Like, I'm not trying to spend time and stuff. That's why I enjoy working out alone, because it's like I could get through it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
When you go with someone else, it takes longer. You're joking around and stuff like that. And so even then, I'll be seeing so many people trying to start conversations with them, and you could clearly, like, she's giving every sign. All right, we're done.
Right.
Trying to get back to this workout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You should try this. Hey, if I wanted a personal trainer, I would go get one, not you. But that was my little gym rant to start the podcast off.
I feel like there's so many categories of those people. Even while you were talking, I was thinking, and this guy sounds like he's close, but he's not quite in this category, because, people get hit on at the gym, whatever. But, like, the creeper... the person who's specifically there to like scope out the place.
Dude, they Yes, I know exactly what you're talking.
Specifically there.
So there's two type of creepers.
Usually on a bike.
Yeah. So there's two type of creepers. I'll tell you the story of one I encountered a few years back. It was when I still went to Planet Fitness,
right?
And thank God I don't ever go to Planet Fitness again because this type of stuff happens there. But I remember I'd been working out and whatever, and this dude kind of started casually like starting conversation with me, and then it led to the hey, like, so what do you do, stuff like that. I kind of explained to him what I work and whatever, and he's all like, would you be potentially interested in like a new job and stuff like that? I was like, oh yeah, maybe potentially. And then he kind of told me about the company he worked with and stuff like that and how they were hiring. So I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool. And he gave me like a card. He's like, hey, you should come check us out one of these nights and stuff. I was like, and at the time, because like I'm all about like trying to find a second hustle or something like that. And so I was like, okay, let me at least come check it out, see what's up. I had nothing going on, so I ended up showing up, and as soon as I got in there, I saw the setup. I was like, oh, this is a pyramid scheme. Dang. And so I was there at that point, and that's like, once you in there, you're like, okay, I can't just leave. So I had this, like, as soon as the presentation started, I was like, oh, this is a pyramid scheme. So sat there, listened through it all. Dude, like met with me afterwards, talked more about it, and then he was all like, so sound good to you? And I was like, yeah, as great as this sounds, dude, I think I'm gonna pass right now. And when I turned it out, he got so butthurt, dude. He got so butthurt. And it was funny because after that, I saw him at the gym a couple more times, and now I was paying careful attention to him, and I was watching him. I was like,
my man is here specifically for this.
Yeah, you come just to
my man
get people, because he was in the gym 30 minutes, picked up a dumbbell once, did 2 curls, and was just walking around the whole time, just kind of scoping it out. And I had I did one of those things where like I acted like I didn't see him at all, but through my peripherals, I was just keeping an eye like where he was, and I was like, you ain't did a lick of work. You ain't even break. Oh man, that
is crazy.
That was one of the many reasons why I don't trust people. Like my trust issue list just expands like crazy. I could give stories on stories, but my
gosh.
Buddy legit tried to get me with a pyramid scheme. It's funny. One of my old friends from California, I went to middle school with. He, like, the company he works with now basically is a pyramid scheme. And so he'll be posting a lot about it on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. Yeah. And I'll be, like, seeing it. And it's all the, like, just the recruiting stuff. Hey, what a great opportunity to make this money whenever. Be your own boss and stuff. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, hey, man, I mean, to each its own. But, God, like, that's got to be so annoying.
Yeah.
And that kind of like leads me to, so I basically quit my job last week. It was like a mutual agreement. We were both, because I was kind of done with it.
Okay.
So I worked with this nonprofit doing their social media and some other stuff for them. But it was like, and going into it, basically like I wasn't sure if I was going to be there long term, but it was at the point when we were all, jumping off the hope ship. And like, this was a great opportunity. One, I started there like interning, and so I was able to use the credit for schools, and I learned a lot and stuff, but it just didn't end up working out the way I wanted to and all. But one of the hard things with working with a nonprofit, it was just like 80% of the time you're fundraising, and it's like, it just got like, it was one of those things like asking for
you gotta be a certain type of person.
Yeah, you gotta be a certain type of person.
Persistent.
And it's so persistent. And so every day it was just like, hey, like, hit up everyone on your phone and stuff. Like, I go on mission trips, like, and I hate asking money for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I was always terrible at raising money for mission trips because I just hated going to people and asking for money. Hey, can you donate towards my trip and stuff like that? And so that part of it where it's just, yeah, 80% of the time you're asking for money
Right.
or just something, and it's just, all right, what's a creative way we can ask for money this time around and all that. So that was just one of many top like things going on, but it also got to the point where like I wasn't passionate about the work. Like when I got into it, it was because the first time I went to Haiti was through the nonprofit, and so it was cool coming back. But I thought there would be more opportunities to get to like actually be traveling to Haiti and doing work on the ground. Right. And it was hinted at some of that at the beginning when I came in, so that's why I was excited. But of course, that never ended up working out.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, yeah, with me like graduating in a week and all, it just seemed like a good time. And I just wanted to get, I love sports or music, and so I've been wanting to do something along those lines. So it's just one of those where it's like, all right, let's just cut ties here, and then I'm good at like finding side hustles and stuff to make money, and I got some, and so like finance shouldn't be a problem, and I really just want to like travel this summer and stuff, do it while I can, while looking for the next job and stuff, and figuring out how to get into start doing something with sports or even music, as far as like just working with like the Spotify's or something, one of those music brands and all. So it's gonna be interesting, but it's one of those, I think like we all hit that point where you're just like, this is dull. This is and like for me, the type of person I am, like I can't do a desk job. I'm not a 9-to-5 person. Sit down, especially after doing student ministry. Like,
oh yeah, bro.
We talk all we want about our former employer. Yeah, but like when at our high, it was it was still the best job I ever had.
Yeah. Just
with the team chemistry and, it was fun what we were doing, and it never felt like a job. And so that's what I would always like after experiencing that, and then going to something that was more of a traditional, even though it really wasn't, but it still in a way
compared to that.
Yeah, it's way different, and it's just like, nah, that's not for me.
Oh yeah, I went from church to church, from student ministry to student ministry, and the one that I was at, it very much felt like that in comparison. Like So when you talk about not being cut out for a desk job, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, so that was one of the other things that fed into it, but. Nah, I'm like just gonna kind of scope it out. Been spending most of the time just applying for jobs, and then also just finishing up this last week of school. But it's cool because I got the music festival this weekend, something in the water, Virginia Beach, and then May 10th, like the second week of May, I'm supposed to go to Miami with Fred, and That one's crazy because he just legit texted me, and I was like, cool. And then every day, like every couple of days, I'll look at my calendar, and I'm like, oh, we're going to Miami.
Right.
Like, so that's going to sneaking up. And then Chris is going to California and Vegas last week in May, and I'm trying to now work out a way to join him for that trip. So just trying to, I love traveling. Yeah. Any reason to go back to California or the West Coast, I'll take it. So just trying to do that, and we'll see. We'll see what it plays out. But let's get into some stuff. The first thing I wanted to get into, and this is kind of old, like it's old news now, I guess, but we didn't talk about it last week because we were talking with Logan, and I'm not sure if it happened already or not, but it was the Notre Dame thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when and I don't know much about it. All I know is through the movie. Look, when I first heard about it, I was hella confused. I was like, the university burned down? Like, I wasn't sure where the building was. I was like, so the one, because I don't even know where Notre Dame, the college, is. It's in Ohio, Cincinnati. It's somewhere Midwest, Michigan.
North,
is it Michigan?
The North Midwest. There.
We gonna find out real quick, bro. I have no idea. I have my Midwest. I'll be looking through the Midwest like maps sometimes, and I'm like, oh, Toledo. I never knew this is where it was.
Right.
But Notre Dame.
No disrespect. We don't know where any of y'all stuff is.
Bruh, I don't even know most of where stuff on the East Coast is. Like
legit, if it's not on any of the other 3 quadrants.
Yeah.
Like the Northeast, the South, or the West, if it isn't in those places, I don't know where it is. Like legit, I don't know where.
Notre Dame is in Cleveland, Ohio. Oof.
Is it real?
Oof.
No, it is not.
Maybe I looked up the wrong.
There's no way in the world.
Okay.
There's no way. Bro, you about to rock my world.
No. It's South
Bend, right?
South Ulysses, Ohio. Is it South Bend? I thought Michigan was South Bend.
Oh yeah. Michigan is a Notre Dame University.
Oh, Indiana? Oh, I put in Notre Dame College, so maybe there's a college and a university.
Must be.
That's what it is. Yup, you're right, Indiana, bro.
Oh my god. Bro,
I was gonna be hella surprised.
I was like, wait, this whole time. Oh my god.
Okay, why would you? Yeah, University of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Indiana, private school. Okay.
Now the cathedral caught on fire in France.
Yeah, that one caught on fire, and it was one of those things where when this story like played out, and then so basically the cathedral caught on fire, the roof caved in, they were doing renovations on it, and it caught on fire, and it was quick. The thing was burning out of control. There was no way they could save it, and immediately everyone started reacting to it, and within the span of like a day or two, I think it was $1.1 billion had been raised to basically rebuild the cathedral, and
yes.
I was sick for so many reasons with it, but the first part that mainly just bothered me was because we've seen when like tragedies happen at churches, and it's like a violent act, or it was deliberately done. There was bad intentions behind it. This was just construction error. And so to see like a construction error or something like that happen, I understand the historic significance of it, all that, blah, blah, blah. But like the difference between what caused that and like when you look at the shooting in, where was it, Charleston?
Yes.
Yeah. South Carolina, the church shooting there, like two completely different things, and how we react to it. But how people reacted to that, raising all that money. I think the U.S. donated like $300 million towards that amount, towards that $1.1 billion. And it just made me sick because it's like, man, we're so quick to react to something like that. And it's such a easy, yeah thing to take, but it really just, because I've seen many of us like had the same reaction where it's like, bro, Flint, Michigan, for the past 3-4 years hasn't had clean water. They've said for the past 3-4 years it takes $55 million to get them clean water, to fix their situation. The government hasn't done nothing about that. A church, an old church here, yeah, historic, all that, burns down. Here's $300 million. And this just goes along with all the other bigger issues, like the border stuff. Yeah, trying to get $1.5 billion raised to build a border. Okay, you could get $1.5 billion raised to build a border. All right, how about you etch out $100 million to fix the water situation in this country? And that's like, this is going on in your own country.
That's the thing. When you talk about initial reactions, it was almost like my brain. There was all this stuff coming in, like that my brain was producing, and it was trying to like, kind of like trying to drink out of a fire hose. Like my brain could not process the massive list of things that you can do with $1 billion, with a fraction of $1 billion. And don't get me wrong, like as far as like Catholics and Christians and the church and art and all this stuff, should we be sad? Yes, we should be sad. But there are literally half a dozen things as far as like life-saving things that we could do right now. 300 million in less than 72 hours. I don't understand.
It's dumb. And one of the other things about it, like as you read the story, a lot of the money that got raised was by French billionaires and all that. And that, like, I understand. That's something.
Yeah, I get it.
If you look, like, I don't know the historic significance of Notre Dame. Literally know the college, know the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie. That's it. And so culturally, it has a whole lot of different, feel for people from France. But just when you look at it, like, you look at that, okay, look at that example here. Something like that happens. Would any of our billionaires or any of our people even react that way? That's the other sickening part of it, where it's like, okay, do we even care about anything to that significance here?
Bro, we got American citizens whose water is brown. Brown water running through American citizens' faucets.
It's like it's just,
and I'm pretty sure
it's just so gross.
I don't.
The story is just so gross. And as soon as like the news came out that $1 billion was raised, like there was protests that broke out in France, because even in France, a bunch of people, like a bunch of the locals, were like, "Yo, we got it's the same situation. Yeah, you got homelessness, you got all this stuff you're dealing with." And we understand historical significance, but you're so quick to raise money. It's just,
you know how frustrating. You know how frustrating it must be, because it's frustrating for us because we took care of almost a third of it, right?
Yeah.
You know how frustrating it must be for a people to witness atrocities on their home soil, whether it be terrorism. You talk about poverty and homelessness.
Yeah.
And to be like, man, if only, right? If only we could we could band together and put this money towards it. Like, all we need is X number of dollars, right? That's what they've been saying with Flint. They're like, bruh, it only takes a couple million to literally fix the whole thing. France probably like, it's almost more frustrating because you're like, oh, we can band together. It's just, we care about, in the grand scheme of things, we be caring about some more trivial stuff.
So this is from an article on Vox, and I'm going to pick up in the middle. It says, meanwhile, within France, many are saying the heaps of money should be directed toward French people in poverty. Over the past year, homelessness has increased by 21% in Paris.
21% in a year?
Yeah. Over the past year, homelessness has increased by 21% in Paris. And for months, the Yellow Vest movement has been protesting rising social inequality in the country. The Yellow Vest and their allies saw President Emmanuel Macron's pledge to rebuild Notre Dame within 5 years as further proof that he's prioritizing the wrong causes. If they can give tens of millions to rebuild Notre Dame, then they should stop telling us there is no money to help with the social emergency. Philippe Martinez, who leads the General Confederation of Labor Trade Unions, said on Wednesday. But yeah, it's a simple thought, and we deal with the same thing here. Like, all this border stuff that, one, dude's not going to get the money for it, but he's so adamant on raising it, and it's just the idea of, like, if you spent half that energy, not even, just spend a day of that, hey, let's get some money Flint, Michigan. Boom, it's over. If you're trying to ask Congress for $1.5 billion to build a wall, it's too much to ask them for 50, 60 million. It's just how
to
like,
put in perspective for whoever's listening. The current population of France is 67.1 million people. If the homeless population were to grow by another 20%, that means that the homeless population would increase. This is one country by 13.4 million people. I want to look at what their population was, obviously, as of last year. Well, actually, I think that is. Yeah, that's the 2018 population. A 21% increase. Man, if we came up with $700 million, who would be in charge of the $700 million, I wouldn't know what to apply it to. I'd be like, man, how do we divvy this up?
yeah.
What do we do? Like, how do we apply? Like, how do we even apply this? Like, that's a good problem to have. $1.1 billion.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just brought that up because that story made me sick, and there was a bunch of people that I saw and like I said, I don't know much about the history of Notre Dame. I guess it's like hundreds of years old and all that, but there were so many people crying and hurt. And in France, Paris, it's one thing, but I saw it here in the U.S. and all over where a bunch of people were just emotional. Yeah. One of the funniest things I saw from this, it was, I think Roy Wood, I don't know if it was Roy Wood Jr., but someone had tweeted on Twitter. It was all the study abroad students running to grab their camera to stunt to show that they're in Paris, basically saying the idea of all these students running to just record the fire as a way to stunt hey, I'm in Paris right now.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's true.
It's painfully true.
It's so true.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I mean, just another example of how just society, our whole world has our priorities all messed up, and it's one of those things just when you think you can't be surprised by how messed up our world can be. Once again, we knock it out the park.
We're so good at it.
Undefeated. Never lost.
Never lost.
This is the other thing that came from this past weekend, bro. I don't understand how meteorologists can consistently do can consistently do a job bad and still keep it.
Yeah.
Meteorologist is the only job where you can be bad at it and still keep it.
Or inaccurate.
Inaccurate, yeah. Not even bad, just inaccurate.
It is very unique in that way.
Yeah. I can't think of any other job where you can be mediocre, subpar, not good at it.
I always be tripping over, because at one point I had that thought. I was like, how? Well, we looking at the same radar you are. It's not that we don't believe you.
Yeah.
When you say rain is coming, we see the clouds moving. we know it's coming. But I don't know. It's more, I feel like a statement, just like the rotation of the earth.
Yeah.
Because I'm like 90% chance. And we're okay, then we should probably prepare.
And
right?
that's the other thing where it's
Dry.
Look, I understand trying to guess what Mother Nature is up to. It's tough. We're asking a lot for you. One, I feel like it's 2019. I got a phone I keep in my pocket that I could do a lot of crazy stuff with. I feel like we should be somewhat good at telling what the weather is by now. But hey,
snow is my favorite one around here.
We're talking
6 to 8 inches.
I might be asking for too much, but it's one of those that's you either be super accurate or just super broad. Just be hey, listen, it might be sunny today. It might be rainy. I don't know.
Bro, it might be
I
both.
think the temperature is going to be between 70 to 80. We might hit 85. Really not sure. Don't come out here and be like, oh yeah, in Cary it's gonna be 85.
Yes.
High of 70 or high of 85, low of 70.
Raleigh 85.7.
Yeah, walk outside. It's 50 degrees. Oh, should have brought a jacket.
No.
Thanks for nothing.
I feel like it'd be okay to be broad too, because then you could tell us why.
Yeah.
There's a window there.
Yeah, look, I'm not exactly sure.
What caused
There's
it
some
to be
weird
cool?
clouds coming from the east. I don't know what kind of cumulus, combustible. I don't know. Something cloud.
Talking about the tall cloud.
Yeah. Don't even give me the scientific names. Yeah. We got one of them gray clouds with the little, like, it looked like the Michelin tire.
Yeah.
It coming this
Michelin
way.
Man,
Yeah, we got the Michelin Man clouds coming in this way, and whenever they come around, it usually a little thunder with them. So
Ben Felix for meteorologist.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, hood meteorologist. I will gladly do that job.
New Twitter account. New sister Twitter account to Culture Discourse Podcast.
Hey, dog.
Hood meteorology.
Hood meteorology. Hey, dog. Listen, dog. So it's finna snow. I don't know if it's gonna be doing it here, but somewhere in America, it's finna snow.
Hold on, I gotta get on Amazon and order our green screen.
Oh, that would be so dank. That would be so funny.
Be hard to do.
It would be so. Oh yeah. It ain't hard at all. Hood meteorology coming to you soon from the Park Summit Network.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Yeah,
no, I'd be down with broad because there's a lot of science and stuff that goes into it.
Yeah,
but no, you're exactly right when you say there's almost no point in attempting to be precise.
Yeah,
if you're gonna give us a window, even if it's a 15-degree window, tell us why. If it's gonna be 85, tell us why. If it's gonna be 70, tell us why. If it's gonna rain, tell us why. If it doesn't end up raining, tell us why. Like, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that, as opposed to, because weather channels will legit tell you straight up how to dress.
Yeah.
Especially the morning. Like, when you watch weather in the morning, I never do. Have you ever gone into like a what you call it? Like a car maintenance place. Always got the weather on there. You watch, they'll literally tell you how to dress. They'll tell you how to plan your weekend. They'll tell you where to go.
Everything.
And I'm like, I don't even know why y'all tell people to do this anymore, because there's a strong chance that,
like, I'm going to this music festival this weekend, Virginia Beach. Between last Saturday and today, I've seen 5 different weather.
Especially
like
coastal, bro. Prepare for it all.
I've seen 5 different weather predictions. Yeah. I'm just like, all right, I'm going to have a tank top packed. I'm going to have a shirt. I'm going to have a long sleeve. I'm going to have a jacket. I'm going to have shorts. I'm going to have a pants. Might bring my swim trunks. I don't know. Yeah. Flip-flops. I'm just bringing my whole, I might even throw a puffer jacket in there at this rate, because you're giving me everything.
Instagram pictures with all the outfits.
Yep. Hey. It's music festival, so I could just play it off like I'm fashionable.
Yes.
I went, like, Dreamville was my first music festival, and I never, like, they bowed it. They bowed it when it comes to the fashion. It is like, it's like
kidding,
what you think Coachella is. It's like a Walmart version of Coachella, but it's still, you get the
Target.
Yeah, it's all the stuff. It's all this ridiculous stuff you see on TV shows and all that, where it's like, people don't wear this in real life.
My man got a puff jacket and draws.
Yeah, people. You got all the people with the fanny pack around, like, fanny packs are worn around the waist. Now,
the Herschel fanny pack.
The Herschel fanny pack wore across the chest, like you got a Miss USA badge thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You get that. Man, you get so many nice shoes, and it was tragic for Dreeville because the ground was straight mud. It had rained all day the day before. I seen so many nice shoes get ruined. I came out in there in some New Balances. I was like, bro, I'm gonna be comfortable, and I don't care if these shoes get messed up. Those shoes were muddied by the end of it.
Tell me how this works, because I've been to Virginia Beach a few times, but I have no idea what their setup is. Are they going to have stages on the beach?
They got one main huge stage on the beach.
Yeah, because I've seen that before, and that's dope.
Yeah.
Message to all my non-coastal people. I know you want to bring them shoes.
Oh, God. No, don't do it.
I know you want to bring the shoes. If you're going to be there for the weekend, bring the shoes for something other than the beach.
Yeah. Unless you're planning to watch the festival from the sidewalks, which I'm pretty sure you can, because they're like trying to have it fenced off and everything, because it would be stupid to have a festival that people paid for and people that didn't pay for it could still see it. So yeah, that's one of those things I've been thinking through. I'm gonna just do the old tie my shoelaces together, and throw my shoes around my neck type or whatever. But
man.
They're also super strict about like the type of bags you can have and all that. So I'm gonna just. Also, I'm going with Tyrone. So like, Lord knows.
Bro, I got
what's gonna happen.
Look, if you self-conscious about your toes, bro, just do like my friend, just hide your toes in the sand, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna do the black thing. I'm gonna keep my socks on in the sand.
No.
I would never.
No,
I would never. I
that,
ain't that self-conscious about my toes.
If you're doing that, you have a.
I ain't that self-conscious about my toes.
You have some jeans. Roll them things up a little bit with the socks underneath.
No, that is the one thing that makes me so mad about black people. Is the one stereotype that we just can't fight off. Bro, it's okay.
Aren't you hot?
Yes. Why'd you wear your Nikes to the beach? I know your family did not surprise you. I know your friends didn't surprise you. Knew you were going to the beach. You said, nah, I'm going to wear these clean, fresh Air Force Ones.
Tiptoeing, barefoot with his Jordans in his hands.
Yes. God, and the gym shorts. Bro, we can see your thing when you get out the water. Yes. Buy some swim trunks.
Now,
come
on. I will say this. Minority moms are partially to blame for this. Because it wasn't like we didn't want swim trunks.
You're right.
It was that nobody wanted to buy us swim trunks. And they always said, you got shorts. And
that's true.
That's what happened.
That's true.
That's true. I kid you not, my first pair of like legit swim trunks with the liner in them, I was probably like 16. The first time I bought actual board shorts, I was probably 17, 18, and I bought them myself. Because I lived in one of them households that was literally like, put some gym shorts on. I'm like, that's why for the longest time I wear boxers with my shorts. Because there's no, bruh, some of y'all getting out the water, you're nasty. You can see all that stuff.
I know.
Get you some swim trunks.
And just like,
or wear two pairs of shorts or something.
Why you gotta live to that stereotype?
Like jeans, the black.
I know it's not. I know you're not comfortable. That's the thing that makes me mad. I know you're not comfortable because I've never seen one of those dudes. Like you see that group get there, everyone's pissed off. They stay there for 20 minutes and leave.
My favorite.
You just drove 2-3 hours to the beach.
My
just to be salty
is the dudes that you could tell it wasn't their decision to go to the beach.
Yep, is they girls?
Well, yes,
is they girls?
Because they brought the moisturizer.
Yeah,
the guys did not.
Nope. Girls got the whole setup ready and everything.
My man wasn't ready to get the scented lotion.
Come on, let's go in the water. Nah.
Oh my god.
Nah. I got my Nikes on. I can't do that.
Do you see these?
You see these? It's just. And like
damn Balenciagas.
Bro, speaking of ugly shoes, oh my god. But no,
like socks.
I know. No, I've done socks on the sand before, yes, like with the just like I was running on it quickly.
It's cool till you get them wet.
It's not cool. It's like grainy. It's gross. It hurts. Like it's a terrible idea.
And it low-key tears up your socks. Like, you don't really get how sand is until you're like, why are my socks all baggy now?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, mess up your feet.
Yeah,
it's
cool
not.
Until you get them wet.
It's not good. So I'm in. It's gonna be interesting. You're gonna see. About to see all sorts of stuff.
Just don't.
Next week's podcast might be just an hour-long me talking about the festival.
Well, that's what I was thinking because I was like, I had just gone through the sports stuff.
Yeah.
By the time we come around next Tuesday, there's gonna be a lot of different stuff going on, and that's not including obviously, something in the water.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. I mean, there's plenty to talk about now, but next Tuesday is gonna be jam packed for sure. We might have to bring them intermissions back.
I know.
We haven't had to do that last couple months.
I know. I've noticed. Like, I'll look down. It's like Dang, we've been talking for an hour and a
Yeah.
half. All right, we gotta go.
We gotta roll.
We gotta bounce.
Man, y'all can't tell in the edit really, but we used to take breaks.
I know we did.
We just roll now.
We just rolling through it, but
People at the beach, dog.
oh man, it's gonna be wild. But
Oh my god.
Yo.
I almost went on a minority mom's rant. Let me stop. That's another
well,
episode.
no, you gotta start now. Nah, man, I'm all for minority moms. Right?
I was just thinking about the shorts, and it applies to everything. It applies to everything. Cause I don't even like it. It's not necessarily about image. Cause part of it as a kid it was.
Yeah.
Part of it was about image, it was about self-esteem, all that stuff. But part of it was, and this is just me, not understanding why my parents insisted on getting either no-name brand stuff or not getting stuff at all. One of them was swim trunks. I'm like, I need swim trunks. I need something with a drawstring that I can tie that can get wet without people seeing all my stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Wear basketball shorts. I don't want to wear basketball shorts for the longest time. Anyway, one of them was Ziploc bags. My mom wouldn't buy Ziploc bags, dog. You know what it pissed me off. It pissed me off. Now, I know you know which ones I'm talking about. You remember the bags with the flap?
Oh, yeah. She bought them?
Heated beyond all reason.
Those are the
Mom,
worst.
just get the Ziploc bags. Bro.
Because one, they were weak as hell. Weak. You'd put them in the cooler, your food is soaked. It don't matter. Your food is soaked or your chips are just everywhere by the time you get to school or all that.
My bag be smelling.
Yep.
Why is my bag smelling like
your bag greasy?
Yes. Hot, bro. Hot. I'm like, Mom, I don't understand. I don't have to pay bills. Okay, bro. I understand this. But can you just please, it don't even have to be Ziploc. You don't even have to get the brand name kind. Just get the ones that seal shut. So those were one of them. One of the grossest things like my mom ever did for me when I was younger, and this is partially my fault. Like I loved fried eggs. Yes. Growing up, and so my mom would used to like make them, and I started putting them kind of like in a sandwich form, and I'd always eat it. And so when I had school field trips in elementary, she would make it for me a couple of times as like my lunch. And this was when Lunchables were popping. Yes. So all the kids had Lunchables and stuff. And you got a fried egg. I got a fried egg sandwich. I got fried egg between two pieces of bread. And like I told you, I enjoyed it. But the other thing about it, it's good when it's hot. Yes. You know how all lunches are taken? In coolers. Yes. In coolers. So we'd be here at Long Beach Bay area, by the ocean. Yeah. We over here at the aquarium or whatever. All right, time for lunch. Everybody busting out their Lunchables, stuff like that. Here I am with my cold-ass fried egg sandwich. Take a bite into it, and it's like, I can't eat this shit. The bread soggy. Yeah. And then you just, man, you don't know how much of a just, like, I think the ultimate come up was the kids that had Lunchables. That was the ultimate, like, yeah, that was you're flossing on somebody, like you're stunting on someone. Or that was the ultimate stunt. What's crazy is I have to like really think back to a time where these weren't a thing. But the individual size Lay's products, like the little bags. Oh, the little bags, the ones where you'd buy like the 30 packs. Yeah. That was one. Everybody rocked Capri Suns. Everybody rocked Capri Suns. Capri Suns reached everybody. Everybody had it. I like that. I do. Because it was like 125 for like 30. Yeah. Bro, you could get, especially if you got like Costco. Yeah. Capri Suns for. Bro, you loaded. The apocalypse cap. It was that, and then there was. I swear to Bob, bro. Oh no! You remember the other flaunt juice was the barrel juice. Yeah, with the foil on the top. Yes, that one. That was the other floss drink.
Bro, any kid that had that, you were jealous. I was mad jealous.
Because it wasn't just the container, bro. Things were delicious.
It was so good. It was straight sugar.
The blue one.
It was red drink.
Let's go.
Red drink.
You remember
God.
So when I say this term, and I still don't know where the name came from, because they have many names. But where I came from, we called them Otter Pops. And they were basically the Freezy Pops, the plastic tubes with the frozen joints in them. But that's basically what it was.
They were called Hug fruit barrels. Little Hug fruit barrels.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, they were good. They were delicious. Continue.
Delicious.
Continue what you were saying.
Freezy
I just
Pops.
had to.
Because that's basically what they were. If you were to freeze one of those,
Oh yeah,
that's basically what.
Yep. Yep.
Because I know. I'm looking at you because they sold them in the net. I don't know why they sold them in a net, in a net bag, but they did. I'm looking at you for those kids that y'all's melted, but it was still cold, and y'all drank it anyway. That's basically what them little barrel juices are.
And the other thing was the little single, like the snack pack Pringles. Yes. Where you weren't getting the whole one. Yeah. You got like the one that was like individually proportioned. That was such a stunt because everybody else had their chips in Ziploc bags and stuff.
This person said,
"Yep."
Bro,
dang. So your mom let you take that?
Basically, if the stuff that you had in your lunch was all individually proportioned for your lunch, you had money.
That's how he got money.
Large.
If it wasn't everybody taking a hand in the bag of chips and you hoping you don't get the crumbs, you had it nice.
I will say this. One of my fondest memories, though, is for those who didn't buy lunch that had, no matter what kind of household you come from, whether you get an individual snack bag size stuff or everything was cooked either last night or that morning. Yeah. No matter what it was, one of my fondest memories for brought lunches was we would all at one point we would all just put everything out on the table and trade.
Oh yeah.
Just trade stuff. I don't want this, man. My mom insists I take this. I'm down with that. Let me get that. Whatever.
Swap.
One more thing too, and this is another one of the things that just don't make sense because they don't cost any more than actual bread. They only come in 8 packs. It was a long time before I ever had a hot dog in a hot dog bun. Your boy had folded bread for the longest time. And my child mind was the hot dog buns do not cost more than bread.
Oh, you talking about how the hot dog bun was the utility bread basically?
Well, sometimes. Which makes, now that I'm an adult, I think.
Or are you saying how the sandwich bread was used as a hot dog?
Sandwich bread. I would get so mad. I'm like, they have bread for this. There's not enough bread. I'm folding and having it all thin.
At least one in 4 people have had the dang sandwich.
The peanut butter and jelly.
The sandwich bread.
The hot dog bun?
No. The sandwich bread to hot dog combo.
Yes.
1 in 4 people have had that at some point in their life. That sounds like
a real statistic. I'm willing to believe that.
Yeah. Don't fact check us, but I'm 99% sure.
I'm willing to believe that.
And it's one of the saddest things.
Because there's immigrant parents or children of immigrants. Because my mom was a child of an immigrant and it showed every once in a while. My goodness gracious. Some of that stuff, man. Wild.
Oh, man. And then you also had the kids that and it was a rarity because it really wasn't a good idea because it would get cold, but you would on occasion have the kids that their parents would buy the Happy Meal for their lunch, and you just one of those. It's like, I ain't even jealous of you, bro. Your fries cold, your burger cold, your food nasty,
your burger stale.
Enjoy that, enjoy
somebody
that
have a stale
cold burger. It's alright. I'm enjoying my fried egg cold sandwich over here. It's better than your cold food.
I need to get Fred on the pod. Fred, maybe you can help me with this.
Oh, Fred, the Hall of Fame Negro chef. Fred.
What were the juices? juices with the
Fred used to post some crazy stuff he'd make.
Fred, get on the
still in
pod.
high school or college.
Fred, get on the pot. I need to know.
I would look at some of his stuff and I was like, Fred,
the long juices with the little bow, like with a twist off bow at the top.
oh
And I'll
yeah,
never
yeah.
forget this man. It was the most black thing I've ever seen him do. Which I'm sure there's been more things, but this was it. I think it was when Miami won the championship. This is big stuff.
Oh,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure it's when
Oh,
Miami won
I
the
remember
championship.
this.
And this man walks in the hotel room with a 6-pack of these Hawaiian punch.
Yeah.
Talking about, we drinking tonight, boys.
He's drinking the night, boys.
I need to know what those, because those were classic too.
Yeah.
Those were
Oh,
day
my
one,
God.
day one. God, dude.
That was.
But no, because my mom, because I was blessed. Because even though my mom was a child of an immigrant, most of my friends were children of immigrants.
Yeah.
And that stuff, and I understood as I go. I understood, like, if you can save 79 cents, you're gonna save 79
You gonna
cents.
save it however.
Straight, yes,
and it's one of those things you don't understand it up until you get older. Because I'm here now, where it's like, how much is it? All right, I'm gonna go to Walmart. I'm gonna hold off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
When you start paying bills,
Yeah.
and I can't even imagine. Shout out to my man Logan.
Oh God.
When you start counting stuff.
twins.
Yeah. Logan Lee gonna be counting stuff.
Oh man, counting all.
And now, like, I get it kind of now when I process it through. Oh yeah, my parents had 2 of us. There were 4 people in the house, not including the dog.
Yep. That's why, like,
counting stuff.
my family was making weekly trips to Costco's, and we was, boy.
My goal, I'm telling you, I could have a shack. My goal is to have a nice refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing, bro. Yo, I want a nice washer and dryer. Appliances, basically. I want a nice washer and dryer and a nice fridge. The rest, it could be a shack. I don't care.
I just want to get to the point where I could go a week without having to go to the store. And that's part of just me not planning well. But legit, I had a period where Tuesday, Thursday, and then like Sunday, I was going to the store.
Oh, no.
And a Monday.
Yeah.
It was just, and it'd be like,
You're trying to remember what's in the cabinet.
yeah, I'm spending $5-7 each trip or something stupid like that. Or the worst is when, like, okay, I'm going to buy a bunch of food. This is going to last me 2 weeks. Next day, man, I don't want to eat what I bought.
None of it.
It's like, oh my God.
And my
it's
dad's
the worst.
voice rings heavy in my mind. When you go, I'm hungry. Well, go ahead and get such and such out the freezer. What? I don't want that. Well, then you obviously ain't that hungry.
Yeah.
And that's what, man, I'm telling you. You start counting inventory. Nah, man, you know, I feel like to come up for real, next stage of life is when your freezer goes from above the refrigerator to below the refrigerator. And that's when I'm going to pull out freezers, boy.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Double doors.
Those.
Because I want to go to Costco and be like, okay, we shopping. We're not going to do it again for 30 days.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get to.
I love the double doors because you get the best of both worlds.
Oh, yeah.
You just look at it, you're like,
yes.
like I got a double door right now, and it's like our freezer section is hardly filled with anything, and even our fridge is hard. But it's still like the idea of just, and I'm the type, I'll open it, go away for a minute, come back, open it again, hoping something magically pops up. It is
you are all of us.
4 in 5 people in America do. No, everybody in America does that. Forget the
4 and 5, 80%.
Yeah.
I did that today. Dead
Yeah.
serious. I'm not lying.
Bro, I got home and did it twice.
Went to the fridge, looked in it, was mad that I could have consolidated the stuff in my refrigerator to empty 2 shelves in my fridge. That's where I was at, and I was like, you know what? Probably. I know there's stuff in the pantry right now. I could cook up whatever. Sat down, went back to the fridge, and saw the same thing I saw 30 minutes prior.
Yeah.
Went to Target. I was like, bro. I went to Target for some other stuff. But I went to Food Line. Went straight to Food Line. I said, nah, we about to get some taquitos or something.
I know.
Boy, struggling.
it's rough. It's rough.
But no, I understand now as an adult. If you're gonna save $1, you're gonna save $1.
Yeah.
But I was like, can we just put the hot dogs in a hot dog bun?
What was the one food you had growing up that, like, did you ever have you ain't leaving the table until you eat this?
my stories aren't nearly as good as a story Stephen Bryant has. I'll never, ever forget this. Yes, to answer the question, yes.
Yeah.
But my dad was less of a starving kids in Africa dad, and he was more of a, like, when I would ask for stuff.
See, that don't even matter when you from Africa. Cause you,
yeah, right.
You like, it's worse when you from Africa because you gonna eat that, bro.
Yes.
That.
My dad would always hit
different.
me with the same thing. You obviously not that hungry then.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, for me, I had two things. It was broccoli, and the worst part, I think, was because my mom always used to make it steamed or, like, cooked.
Yes.
And the smell was just even worse. And so I would...
broccoli?
Yeah. And so I would sit there for hours, like, not eating it. Finally, like, I'd be crying, throwing a fit. I'd be like gagging, yak. Yeah. It would be bad.
My parents would be like, you got two options because it's not like we're gonna cook you anything else.
Yeah,
you can eat it hot, or you can eat it cold.
Yep.
So yeah, like in a weird way, yeah.
Yeah. So that, and then the other thing, it was a short period, but when V8 first came out, people don't realize V8 was so nasty.
Bruh,
V8 was like tomato paste. The thickness of it. It was thick, and when it first came out, it was just straight juice.
Look, even if V8 was good, here's what I could not get past with V8.
The smell.
The smell was one. But even before that joint hit your nostrils, when you crack that bottle open, right around the rim.
Oh yeah, it's just it's that crusty, like when you open a tomato. Yes. No juice should be doing that. Why is this buildup around here like this?
Juices with pulp don't even do that.
No.
That is nasty.
Looking like a tomato paste. Yeah, because it's one of those things.
Anything that says shake well, that's a soup. That's not a juice. That's not a juice. I remember the first time I cracked a V8 open. And V8 tried to redeem itself because V8 started putting together some old fruit juice blends that
V8 Splash
that were delicious.
Smacks. But I still don't forgive them for the crap they made me suffer through.
Juice.
No.
That stuff shouldn't be sitting up around the rim like that. That's nasty.
No. And part of the problem was like they advertised it with all the healthiness and crap like
That's
that.
Fine.
And that was moms quickly came to that. My mom was one of
carrot.
them. And I just suffered. I suffered through it. And to this day, like I could still, that taste comes to my mind, and like I just want to throw up.
When growing up, my mom she went from vegan and then to vegetarian. For the longest, I want to say the longest, probably till I was about 10. For the majority of the early part of my life, my diet reflected where she was at, diet wise.
Yeah.
And I remember, and it's nice because I have an appreciation for healthy food. Like I like junk food. I like soul food. I like junk food, but I have an appreciation for like raw stuff. Like we grew vegetables, all that stuff, whatever. It was fun. It was good. But some of the stuff that got brought in the house, man. Oh my gosh, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. But man, food.
What the wildest stuff my mom ever used to make, and I low-key liked it, I think, was liver, animal liver.
Oh.
And
never tried it.
It, like, thinking about it now, it was pretty disgusting.
Yeah, when you think, yeah.
Yeah. But it was just one of those things. I think when you're younger, there's just some food, like, immediately you're good with, and some you're immediately not okay with. And that was one of those, I think, like, I just kind of liked. And it was one of those, like, it was made so unhealthy by the point of, because it was, like, drowned in oil, seasoned, all that. Right, so by the time you eat it, it's like, okay, this kind of tastes like
anything.
Just like chicken type of.
This could be anything.
Yeah, but I think liver.
Like that watermelon steak.
Watermelon.
You seen that?
No.
So these cats found a way to make a steak out of watermelon meat. Of the fruit. But when you watch the process, you go, so you soaked it, dried it, soaked it again, dried it again, seasoned it again. That could be rubber.
Yeah.
It won't matter. You won't even know.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel with a lot of different foods. Here's the one food that I still to this day where I'm just like, I understand why you think that tastes good, but I'm never gonna try pork rinds.
Oh, dude, those things are gross. And I've done the things. I've done the thing where it's like I've had a couple times throughout my life where like it'll pop up in and it's like, yo, everyone's eating. It's like, let me try one, and like you'll eat one or two, and you're like, this is disgusting. You know what? The one thing I'm glad I never had to suffer through, I'm pretty sure, is chitlins.
Yeah.
I'm like,
bro.
I
like, cannot believe I dodged that bullet my whole life.
I'm like 99% sure I dodged that bullet.
Y'all don't understand. I had a dad who grew up in the South and a mom who's Filipino. I don't know how I dodged that bullet, guys. I did. Praise God. Never had to deal with it.
It's disgusting. The smell alone.
It's intestines, right?
Yeah, pig intestines.
Yeah, I don't understand how I don't understand how I dodged that bullet. I did.
It's gross. There was I forgot there was some show where I forgot what the show is, but the premise. But it was basically like he was going through different black stuff, and chitlins was one of those he was talking through, and it was like, yo, this thing about chitlins, we need to lay it to rest. Chitlins are disgusting. Yes. Like, slaves were eating this because it was basically, they needed to. It was the last things. And so you basically, it's the same thing with like the liver where you disguise it enough to think yourself, hey, this is pretty good or whatever. But it's like, yeah, it's 2017, 2018, whatever. We don't need to be eating this anymore. Right. Chitlins should forever be.
You know what can endure? Fried chicken.
Oh, undefeated. Never lost.
Came around that same time.
Never lost.
But it was awesome.
Bro.
It was so awesome. Well,
I don't know about
I was about to say it was so awesome white people tried to claim it, but they basically did that with everything. So,
yeah, you ain't saying much.
I know that ain't no different than most anything else.
I don't know if I'm the only I don't know if I'm the only one alone with this or if just because I ate a lot of it younger. But people will give KFC's fried chicken crap a lot, and I'm just like, yo, this chicken kind of good though.
Yes.
And I understand it's not great, all that, but the main part of a fried chicken is the skin. Right. And boy, the skin.
If you do the breading right.
Yeah, the breading of the KFC chicken was just too good, so good.
So, are you original or are you extra crispy?
I think
let's go.
I'm extra crispy because I'm the type of person, like, I like my food to have a crunch to it.
Right.
Like, I like when I go to Waffle House, I'm always that dude where I'm like, hey, can you like leave it on there for a little longer?
The hash browns, I tell them every time, I'm gonna leave it on there for a little. Can you brown it?
Yeah.
Can you brown it a little bit?
The last time I went, well, not the last time because I go like once a week, but like 3 or 4 trips ago, we went to the one in Apex. Horrible. That one's horrible. But this one's funny. Off 64.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one's. I think we went back to back in like a span of a month or whatever, and I was like, forever, nope, never going again. And that was the one. You remember when it was? I don't know if you were there. No, I don't think you were. It was me, CJ, and someone else. And there was someone sitting at the bar, and CJ had like, being CJ, said like a joke to him or something like that.
We
and
weren't in town.
The dude, we weren't in town?
We weren't in town. Was that when we were at camp?
Is that?
And the three of us, was it the three of us at least?
Yeah, man, that might have happened a couple times now that I think about it with me and CJ. That's a problem. Like, being CJ, I think that might have happened at least a couple times.
Shout out to my man
So
CJ.
we're just gonna move away from that story.
TV 2 nights ago
because
walking Stormy around.
Oh yeah, Stormy's
last night. Yeah, shout out.
I can't say the word on here, but yeah, he's Stormy's. You know.
Yes.
But I lost track of what I had even been talking. Oh, Waffle House. But yeah,
Right.
I like all my food crispy.
Yeah.
And so
I'm big on texture.
yeah.
I don't like slimy stuff.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So that chicken gotta be crispy.
Yeah.
That chicken gotta be nice.
Yeah,
That's the one
like
thing
crispy.
I tried a couple times in my life to make, and I just can't do it. Fried chicken.
Yo.
And part of it is because, like, I remember when I was in high school, I tried to make it, and, dude, the chicken was so undercooked. And I made, like, and it was one of those things where I looked in the fridge, I saw we had a bunch of chicken. So one day I decided I was just going to make it. And I made it, took a bite, like ate one. I basically ate a raw chicken.
Salmonella.
Yeah.
Salmonella.
Yeah. I probably got salmonella.
From what I understand, and this is going to lead me to basically my last thing when it comes, especially when it comes to food, was it can't be, and because I've done the same thing, I've only attempted it once, and it was undercooked. Apparently it's one of the easiest things to do when you're trying to fry chicken. The temperature's got to be lower, because if the oil is on too high, then the outside is gonna be done before the inside.
You're gonna assume it's done.
Yes. So like you're gonna have a nice crispy brown exterior. You're gonna have a nasty old raw chicken interior.
Yeah.
My dad actually used to do it. He wouldn't even get a pot and like drop it in. He would do like a regular saucepan, not like a saucepan, but like a regular pan. And he would just have oil down there, and he would put them in, flip them, and be done.
Yeah.
It was pretty legit. I'm gonna have to try it again. It's a messy process. So I'm like,
yeah.
Bruh, the nicest. You were talking about Waffle House, because there are some clean Waffle Houses that are bad. There are some clean Waffle Houses that are good. There are some dirty Waffle Houses that are good. There's some dirty Waffle Houses that are bad. You never know what you're gonna get with a Waffle House.
You've never experienced Waffle House until you've gone to one in Atlanta.
Yeah. This is a fact.
That I saw Kyle.
Right.
I saw
was trying
Kyle.
to think of the last time.
I saw Kyle. No, I saw him retweet something a few weeks back where he was all like, "Only in Atlanta will you sit at a Waffle House and you can look through the glass and you can see another Waffle House." And he quote tweeted it, and he was like, "Yes, I can confirm that." And I remember.
That's amazing.
I remember that being the case because when we were down there in New Year's, we like went to 4 different Waffle Houses before we found one, and it didn't take long. I mean, It was like in the span of 10 minutes, we had visited 4 Waffle Houses, and they were all insanely packed. And we finally settled at one. But the craziest was it. No, there was one. I forgot what it was, but I remember it might have been New Year's. We came in. We were sitting down. Were you there? New Year's when the 2 girls came in.
Yes.
You were there. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure.
When you said
yes,
Waffle House,
yes.
I was like, let's get going on this because.
So that's probably the wildest. No.
So much going on.
No, the wildest thing I ever seen in Waffle House was the one in Cary, where we came in, we were sitting down, or we walked in, we sit down, and there's a forensics team getting fingerprints, fingerprints off the wall, and we're like, should we be here right now?
Bro,
I'm kind of concerned.
Dusting for prints.
Fingerprints. It's all like, and it was so nonchalant about it. Oh, you guys are good. We're just, there was a robbery that happened here last night, so we're just trying to get some fingerprints.
Real casual. We're just gathering evidence.
Yeah.
I'm like, and the place is still open. Like, y'all not worried about.
Look,
like we were legit eating. Like we were eating. The stove was on.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I watch too much TV, so I'm thinking, y'all worried about like contaminating the doggone crime scene or something like that? We out here licking our fingers.
Who got murdered? Who died? Who's outside?
That was wild. That was on Walnut.
Yeah. Man.
Waffle House, bro.
Waffle House.
Bro, we went to this, as tiny a backstory as I can manage. I love fried chicken. I love Bojangles. Got turned off to Bojangles. Couldn't eat it for the longest time. Probably went at least a year.
Yeah.
Didn't eat Bojangles. Because I usually get a 2-piece Quarter White, both sides, sweet tea. Which is already enough to kill somebody. So I knew in my heart of hearts I need to stop eating Bojangles basically once a week, or else I'm gonna die early.
Fair.
Going to a Bojangles and get 2 piece quarter white, and you can tell that this was the bottom piece of chicken in the pan.
Yeah.
Because the whole bottom side of it was just soaked in grease.
Ugh.
Your boy was hungry. I ate half of it.
Ugh.
Literally did not eat Bojangles again for at least a year.
Oh no.
So first time I'm eating it again. We're just in Cincinnati this past weekend, and not this past weekend, previous weekend.
Yeah,
we were in Ohio, and on the way back we stopped at this Bojangles in West Virginia, which
oh god,
I guess that I don't look. No, it was not.
Let me tell you about West Virginia.
No, we can't talk about.
Ain't shit out in West Virginia.
Because listen. This
so when you find something in West Virginia,
listen.
Good luck.
I'm with you. West Virginia up there. It is close. It's close with South Carolina. Because South Carolina is different. But it's mostly negative for me. No disrespect. If you're from there, no disrespect to you. I just don't like the place where you live.
Yeah.
That's all it is. We're going through West Virginia. And this is literally the only positive experience I've had other than making it through when you drive through. When you're going up there.
Yeah.
It was a double negative because in my mind I don't have really many options. There's a Arby's, so I got Arby's. I should have probably done Wendy's. I think there was a Wendy's.
Wendy's is always. come to realize
Wendy's is pretty solid.
Between McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, and like fourth option, Wendy's is usually the safest bet.
Wendy's, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this Bojangles. The worst part of it is I need to go to the bathroom. That was the worst part. So in my head, I'm already emotionally preparing for this West Virginia Bojangles.
Yeah.
So we go in, and we get up to the counter, and I'm like, Brett, it's extremely well lit in here. Extremely well lit. Let me go ahead and order. I'm going to go to the bathroom. This is how I knew it was going to be a good experience, bro. You know, always when you go into a Bojangles, that first pan is the chicken, is the white meat.
Yeah.
First pan. This Bojangles, if you work for Bojangles and you're listening to podcasts now or in the future, do what this Bojangles did. They had a grate that elevated the chicken above the bottom of the pan.
Oh, so the grease don't.
It was the single smartest. Single smartest thing I've ever seen in a chicken place, hands down.
Yeah.
I walked into the bathroom. You remember? Was it a Ruckus? Remember the first time I went to that one Ruckus bathroom?
Oh, it had that fancy.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what kind of Bojangles?
They got money.
Yes. I'm like, what kind of Bojangles is this?
Yeah.
Bojangles. Shout out to Bojangles for treating the chicken right, bro, and getting your man back on chicken. I'm still not going to eat it that much.
Nah, man.
But still, y'all elevate your chicken above the grease. You think around here. See, Apex carry. They think they smart. They think they got all this money now. Y'all bougie people moving here and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Man.
No. I haven't had Bojangles in a while, but I had back-to-back bad experiences at Bojangles.
I had one.
And it was the same one. It was the same one in Asheville. It's like right by where Fred lives. I had twice. First time, it was Super Bowl weekend when we were going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I drove up to Asheville before we went to Atlanta. And so I got there, and I was like, I'm going to pick up food real quick. Went to the drive-thru. And I knew this was going to be bad when I saw the car in front of me pull up and then pull into a parking spot and just waited. I had already placed my order in. I was like, ah, dang. Bro. 30 minutes later, I don't get my food. I don't get my food. 30 minutes later.
Bojangles?
Yeah.
But the food's all right there.
I know.
There's no preparation involved.
I'm sitting over here in the parking lot waiting 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. No,
oh my God.
So they took my I went through the drive-thru. I saw the car in front of me. The person go. He didn't get his food. He pulled off to the right and he parked. And I was like, oh, hell, that's not a good sign. So I come up and she immediately tells me, okay, can you pull up to the parking spot? Yeah. Am I going to get my food? Okay, whatever. So just sitting there. And mind you, I'm like in a rush. All right, we're trying to get to Atlanta before midnight and all that. 20, 30 minutes later, okay, walk in the store. Look, I need my money back. Let me just get that cash back. I'll suffer. Oh, miraculous. Hey, bro, I got your food coming up right here now. Oh.
First of all,
magically now you got my.
First of all, I see you reaching back with them tongs.
Yeah. Yes. And it's one of those, like.
Oh, I appreciate you fronting. I appreciate the customer service person in you fronting right now. Oh, my gosh. My gosh.
And the thing that made me so mad, it was like they gave me the look of, you got the nerves to ask us where your food is.
Oh, you just wait.
Yes, I do. I just waited 30 minutes.
Of a good one.
30 minutes. And then the next time, me and Tyrone drove down there, and I don't know why. I was like, you know what? Let me give this Bojangles another try. Same thing happened. This time, we were just sitting at the window for like good 15, 20 minutes. And the thing that made it worse was the car behind us started honking. And so she came up to the window all mad at me. And I was like, look, I don't know how y'all do here already. Y'all don't care about your work. You guys go on CP time. So I get my food when you want to give me my food. Right. I made the mistake. They're the ones honking. Tyrone was sitting there the whole time like, man, they're about to spit in our food. I don't even want to eat this food anymore. We got our food. We took a couple bites in. It just didn't taste right. I don't think they spit in it or anything. But it's one of those, when you've already been scarred by experiment,
right?
Like by experience, the food don't taste the same. And you're just bailing out.
Your brain turns itself off.
Yeah.
To stuff.
Your brain starts just playing all these tricks on you. And you're like, nah, this food ain't right.
So it is funny because in many ways I feel like people find it cool to badmouth fast food, which on the surface level, yes, it's fast food. It's not meant to be healthy. Wendy's is one of those that gets a bad rap. I think it's mad disrespectful. Wendy's, if you have to do fast food, is a good option. Another one, people be joking about their trips to the toilet. I'm like, bro, I don't care. It still can't be beat. It's Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, oh my God, it's so good.
Smacks, bro.
Taco Bell is so good.
Smacks.
Bro, I don't care what people say. Taco Bell is so underrated.
Don't play with me with Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is so underrated. Taco Bell was my childhood. Man, one of the best things ever. Favorite childhood memories. This was like, everyone had their times when their parents would treat them and stuff like that. For me, it was always after like doctor appointments and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. My mom, because it would usually happen during school time and usually around lunchtime. Yep. So I always always look forward to doctor appointments because I was like, oh yeah, you know, we getting lunch. And so I remember when Taco Bell came out with the XXL steak burrito.
Heavy breathing intensifies.
Oh my God. I remember the first time I got it. My mom said, what you want to order? I tested the waters.
Yeah, because you know it's an extra $1.27.
Yep.
From the other thing that you were going to get.
You did.
For one of them.
Can I get the XXL steak burrito? Paused, waiting for the backlash.
Start rubbing where the shot was.
Yep. I said it and I flinched, expecting the hand to smack me. No hand smacked me.
Ooh,
They said, will that be all? And large Baja Blast.
Oh.
Flinched again. No smack. Will that be it?
Pause. Is there any other beverage at Taco Bell than Baja Blast? We're just going to get that out. There's no other than Baja Blast.
Bro, that was one of the reasons why, like, for the longest time when I was in middle school, I ate a Taco Bell was because of Baja Blast. Bro, I was undefeated in stealing Baja Blast from Taco Bell using water cups or just other cups, walking in there. And, man, one of the things we used to always do in middle school, so we had a Taco Bell, like, right across the street. And so we'd always, after school, hang out at the Taco Bell, like a bunch of people. And you remember when Taco Bell had the little the game thing where you put the coin in and you twist it trying to get it to the bottom.
Yes.
And if you got it to like
land it on one of the things.
Yep. You would shake it, bro. Every day after school, it was the coin Olympics, because it was basically the hustle of, all right, we getting some free food. So every day, bro.
It was the restaurant version of the quarters machine.
Yep. So because if it was like if you landed a dime on there, you got like the cinnamon fries or whatever.
Twist joints.
Yeah. If you got like a nickel, you got a taco or whatever. And then the big bucks was the bean burrito for 25 cents landed on there.
Let's go.
Bro, we got so good at it. Bro, we showed up one day, the machine was gone.
That's what I'm saying.
It was gone.
Bro,
and we were heated.
Did you ever have a Choco Taco?
No. Oh, yeah, the ice cream?
Yes, bro. I remember when Taco Bell used to like actually sell those. And I'm like, that's not even like a Taco Bell item. Like, how you like selling Choco Tacos? Don't make any sense. So you remember the Choco Taco over by where we used to live in the Harrison Grand Apartments?
Yeah.
It's still there. It's the Taco Bell KFC.
Yeah.
So they're by the Zaxby's and the Arby's.
Yep.
We're not going to get into Arby's because I still don't know how Arby's is in business. Their commercial is funny. Their food is
just, it don't make sense.
Super, like,
it don't make sense.
Anyway. And I saw a video the other day that was like parodying how churches chicken managers be training people.
Yeah.
By the same dude who do all like the finals videos of like LeBron win.
Oh yeah.
So that dude, him and his friends did a video of like how churches chicken managers train their people, and that's what it felt like when it went to Taco Bell. So you talk about drive-through experience twice with Bojangles. During a work day, I pull up to this Taco Bell. Yes, can I get number 6? Chalupa, chicken chalupa. Yes, can I get number 6? Chicken? Baja Blast. Would that be on? Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Girl goes, all right, such and such and such. Pull up to the second window. I pull up to the second window. She tells me, 12, yada, yada, yada. I give her my card. She hands it back, hands me my drink. And like many other places that still have to wait for, because I think I also got some hot wings too. Like many other places that have to like wait for stuff to finish.
Yeah.
She handing over a drink and said, hey, we're still waiting on such and such. You can pull up to one of the spaces in the front. I pull up to one of the spaces in the front. I was there for 25 minutes.
Oh, man.
At one point, I was in my car for 25 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to be a jerk because I'm not in a rush.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go inside. So I go in, park, get out, go inside. I sit down behind the line. So line, people. And finally, and I'm sitting there sipping my Baja Blast the whole time. Sipping. I got like at least one refill.
Yeah.
In my mind, there are certain situations where the customer's always right applies. I don't believe in that statement as a 100% thing because I worked in customer service and good managers fight for their people to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So I understand. I got it in my head, but I was genuinely offended. So are you waiting for something?
Them is fighting words.
And it's hard because like I treat everybody like I've known them forever.
Yeah.
The first words in my mind were, well, clearly. I was like, yeah.
No, I was just checking out the scenery.
All I said was, yeah, I'm waiting on a number, like a number 6. So she starts calling back, where's this? And I told her, I was told to pull up by the girl at the window. And she says to me, I kid you not, she says, why would she tell you that? And in my brain, once again, I'm going,
you let me know.
I'm not the one who should have an answer to that question. Like you're asking me. Y'all work for the restaurant. You're asking me why she told me.
Bro, that is one of the most frustrating thing
why would
ever.
she say that to you?
When like I've done that when like I'll have it in a store. I see something. I'll ask an associate on the floor, hey, is this on sale or whatever? It's like, cool. Go up to the cashier.
Right.
Hey, wait, why is it like that? I thought it was on sale. I talked to the person. It's like, why would she tell you that?
I don't know. I appreciate you for wondering out loud if that's how you learn, but I don't know.
Why don't you ask her? Why don't you call her over? Beth, can you come over here?
Bruh. See,
why'd you tell me this?
I get jealous sometimes when I go, especially like department or like clothing or whatever, like retail stuff. I get jealous because I think back to when I was in retail and I used to work for Bed Bath & Beyond, which there's so much product in there. It's even more now because they combine their store with Home Goods. If you're going to the Bed Bath & Beyond in Crossroads,
oh god,
bro, go in there. Go in there.
That's gonna be terrifying. They already had a bunch.
The outside of the store, like the perimeter of the store, think of a big old rectangle. The perimeter of the store is Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah. The middle is a Home Goods.
That's dumb.
Ridiculous.
That's
they already
stupid.
had too much stuff in there. But we had walkies, like actual freaking clipped walkies. I be getting jealous because people got the earpieces.
Yeah.
The mics on the side. I'm like, I wish.
Yeah.
Because anytime we had to pass the buck, do anything, it was. Hey, and everybody had to have their joints turned up loud, so you would hear your voice in like 5 different places in the store on everybody else's walkie.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we get assistance on? So I'm in this freaking Taco Bell, and she goes, "Why would she tell you that?" And again, in my mind, I'm going, I don't know why she would tell me that, but she did. After 5 minutes of asking around, apparently my food was in a bag just chilling, waiting to be given to me. Yeah. And she was like, "Oh, yeah, we thought you had gone. Your food's been right here the whole time."
Yep.
I'm like, well, ain't that something? Grabbed my bag and left with my cold food.
I'd have been heated.
Man, that Baja Blast smacks though. There's no other beverage at Taco Bell.
No.
Even if you don't
so
drink
bad
soda,
for you, but
even
it was so
like that's
good.
the thing. I've been trying to cut down soda, which I've been doing a pretty good job of. If I ever go to Taco Bell,
it's a wrap.
It's Baja.
Yeah. No, the last thing I'll share, it kind of listen to your story, but I used to work at Hollister, and even when I worked at Dick's
Hollister
also.
Days, let's go.
I worked at Dick's also, and this was one of those things from retail, like you kind of see, but once you experience it, it's even funnier. It's like whenever you have on the floor, it's people would like, "Hey, do you have any more of this size in the back?" No. Well, can you go check? It was
what I'm saying to you is I've got a computer that tells me whether or not.
Yeah.
So
we got to the point. I was like, sure, go to the back, just talk hella shit.
Yeah.
Spend 2 minutes just with whoever's in the back right there. It's like just talking mad shit. And then
because the receiving person always gonna be like,
"Yep,
what you doing back here?" Oh, I'm just making it look like I'm looking for a product.
Yeah, told her we ain't got it. Oh, can you look back over here? Oh, I'm a Jew. You know, like just talk so much smack. It always
ticked me off how butthurt people would get when after you go through that process, and you get any retailer. This is the process. After you go through I checked, it's not in it. The next question is what? Would you be willing to order your product online? You need to have it shipped to the store.
Free shipping.
The whole everywhere, everybody does that. I was always surprised at how butthurt people were that not only didn't have it, but that they would need to get it shipped to the store. I'm like, what are the options? Did you think? Like, you think it's seriously? You need us to notify you when we get shipment?
That's the entitlement people see in people, and you're just like.
Well, you and I had this conversation. You can always tell somebody who's never worked in retail.
Oh yeah.
By the way they shop. If you young folk, sound like an old man. 2 years out of 30. If you have an opportunity to get into retail, do it.
Same with restaurant.
Yes, food industry too.
That will humble you.
Yeah.
But it's like. I enjoyed. I don't know which one I enjoyed more. Probably restaurant. I think I enjoyed more because you benefited. Like I used to work at Macaroni Grill, and I quickly became friends with the chefs, and so we would always mess up orders, quote unquote, aka
we taking home food.
Hey, Javier, set that to the side. I'm gonna be leaving with that at the night. Thanks, bro. And this was Macaroni Grill. So Macaroni Grill, food smack.
Yes.
And so I'd be leaving home like with some nice old meatballs and sausage and all this stuff.
You'd be in the jar seat bouncing.
Yeah, I'm like, you just excited because you know, like I had already ate, but it's like I'm probably not gonna eat this till tomorrow. But when I do, it's gonna be so good, man. Enjoyed it. It was great. So, man.
Well.
Good reminiscing session.
I
didn't even know where. That was smooth. I like that. But
y'all
gonna
be ready
get
next
on
Tuesday.
out of here.
Y'all got to be ready next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
I got to be ready.
We might talk about a lot of sports. We might talk about no sports. I don't even know.
It might be so much chaos. We're not even gonna bother.
Gosh, but
psych. We gonna talk about it. Right?
Listen, follow us on Twitter at CDiscoursepod.
Yes,
if you don't already, subscribe to the podcast. Leave 5 stars. Don't leave 4 or 3 or whatever. Don't be that person. Go ahead, leave us 5. Good review. Trying to get more people listening to this joint.
Right.
And we'll catch y'all next week. It's your boy Ben on this side.
Right, and on the other side, it is Lindell. Happy to have y'all. But you can follow me at Chase Actually on Twitter. Hit us up. We want to know what you have to say. Any throwback, or you got any food experiences? No, we talked about food for a minute there.
And Taco Bell and V8. If y'all trying to sponsor us, look, V8, I forgave you.
Yeah,
I forgave you, bro. If we ever got a Taco Bell sponsorship, bro, I'd
understand this. I'm already out.
That is my goal.
Your boy will be taking a new form.
I've made a new commitment. Get Taco Bell to sponsor this pod. It's probably never gonna happen, but
if we gotta rename the pod the Fourth Meal Pod.
Oh, dude!
If we gotta do that,
we could start a separate pod talking just about. I could spend hours talking about Taco Bell, the Crunchwrap Supreme, top 3 all-time fast food
inventions ever,
ever. It's probably. It might be number 1.
What was the first one you did? You get the beef one or did you get the chicken one first?
I got the beef.
I got the chicken one.
I got the beef.
Both.
The beef was the original.
Yeah.
The beef was the original.
I never even touched it until I had the opportunity to get chicken. Both are fire.
I'm telling you, just the genius idea of a burrito with a top. It was
genius.
So genius.
It was so genius that Moe's took it.
Yeah, bastards.
I forgot. We can talk about that another time.
I hate Moe's so much.
Because I thought of you the other day. We freaking DoorDash and Chipotle.
I hate Moe's so much. We just going. It's bringing up bad memories, so I'm gonna just go.
This is how I know they got beef. This is how I know Chipotle and Moe's got beef. The one time they decide they're gonna do queso, there's no other option other than spicy queso.
Yeah,
it's literally like that seasoned queso. Anyway.
And I love Chipotle, but they butcher their queso, and it's.
Yeah.
I ain't had it since, but it's okay. I don't go to Chipotle for queso because I'm a big boy, you know. I eat big boy food. All right.
Jess at?
Right.
We need to get Jess on the pod.
I eat big boy food. I'm sorry.
To talk about.
I don't eat chips and queso. All right, guys. All right.
We need to get Jess on the pod to talk.
Let me stop. I'm gonna have
Moe's
people fighting
versus
this.
Chipotle.
I'm gonna have people fighting this.
Yes.
It's all good. Catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Culture Discourse Podcast. We out. Yes, sir.